Welcome, and thanks for listening to Four Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. Each week, we'll take a few minutes to walk you through events, street closures, and important dates you should know about as Auburn residents. This is the public affairs team for the City of Auburn in Auburn, Alabama, coming back to you once again with Four Things to Know. Let's go around the table and reintroduce ourselves, starting with Allison.
Hey, I'm Allison Blankenship, the neighborhood specialist.
I'm Cynthia Williford Bean, the multimedia specialist.
I'm David Dorton, Director of Public Affairs.
And I am Nick Bowman, the public affairs specialist. Once again this week, we've got a special guest, so let's hand the mic over to Stephen.
Stephen Kranz, the manager for budget and strategic planning.
Okay, great. We'll come back to Stephen in just a minute. He's got something interesting to tell us about capital improvement projects, but first, let's start with Allison.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to let people know about something going on this Saturday for our Arbor Day celebration. It's kind of a hard word to say. The Tree Commission will be out at Kroger on Dean Road, Publix at Moore's Mill, and Publix at Cary Creek from 8:30 a.m. to noon on Saturday. They will be giving out free native trees while supplies last. So I hear they go pretty quickly. Is that right? Does anyone know? I heard last year they went pretty quickly.
I assume so.
Yes. But the trees are the Eastern Redbud, a white oak. There's also hop hornbeams, which is a very fun name, and I actually learned about those. I think they're a smaller tree with pretty white blooms, but don't quote me on that. A fringe tree and a tulip poplar tree. If you want to learn about these trees, we are going to be releasing videos about them throughout, well, I guess the next couple days, so that you can learn and know what you want to get when you go. Just a little bit of information about National Arbor Day. The National Arbor Day Foundation recognized the City of Auburn as a Tree City USA for the last 39 years. The City of Auburn has received the Tree City USA Growth Award for the fourth consecutive year, which highlights innovative programs and an increased commitment to urban forestry. And the Tree Commission is one of our, I believe, 22 boards and commissions that we have here at the city. And they're just a citizen group that's appointed by the Auburn City Council, and they advise the city on proper tree care, planting, and they are committed to the growth and preservation of our urban tree canopy. So once again, if you're interested in getting a free tree for your yard, come out to our Arbor Day celebration at Kroger or the Publix's on Moore's Mill and Cary Creek. The times are 8:30 a.m. to noon.
Awesome. It's pretty exciting. Free trees. It's a good thing. So I am going to talk about, we have a couple Easter events going on this April that everyone's usually very excited for, and registration is going to be starting on Wednesday, March 1st at 8 a.m. So if you are interested in registering for our Breakfast with the Bunny event or our annual Easter egg hunt, make sure that you have an account with our Parks and Recreation Department so that you can register for both of those, again, next Wednesday, March 1st at 8 a.m. And those events, I'll go over a little bit about both of them. The first one will be Breakfast with the Bunny, which is it's going to be our second year holding this event. It's a really cute one. It will be on Saturday, April 1st from 8 to 11 a.m. at Kiesel Park. Tickets will be $5 each person to attend, and they will have a buffet-style breakfast and little Easter activities, and then also an opportunity to take photos with the Easter Bunny. This is for our younger kids, so it's only for ages 3 and under. And make sure that everyone that shows up has a ticket. So parents, of course, you have to accompany your children to be there. But parents and children need a ticket. And it's just kind of again, buffet-style breakfast. You can stop by between 8 and 11 to have that breakfast and take the photos. And then there will be a tiny Easter egg hunt at 9:30 a.m. for all attendees. And then we have our big 43rd annual Easter egg hunt coming up on April 8th, and that will also be at Kiesel Park on Saturday, again, April 8th at 10 a.m. So this event is free, but we do require pre-registration, so make sure to sign up next Wednesday at March 1st. Walk-ups will not be accepted. And then that Easter egg hunt is for larger age groups, and we break them up into 4 different hunts. So ages 0 to 3 will hunt at 10:15, ages 4 to 6 will hunt at 10:30, ages 7 to 8 will hunt at 10:45, and then ages 9 through 10 will hunt at 11. So that's a lot of information. Main thing, register next Wednesday, March 1st at 8 a.m. And if you're interested in finding more info about all these events, you can find it at auburnalabama.org/Easter-egg-hunt.
So the tiny Easter egg hunt, is that literal? It's little tiny eggs or?
Oh, for small people.
Small people. Okay. All right.
And it's a smaller egg hunt than our giant one that we have on the 43rd. So
Okay.
tiny in all ways.
And Nick can cut this out later, but I assume they have to be careful with the name of the breakfast, like, right? So it couldn't be bunnies for breakfast, for example.
Yes. Unless you're eating chocolate bunnies. I don't know.
Yep, for breakfast. And one thing, I remember last year with the registration for breakfast with the bunny, some people were just registering their child, but you have to also register any adult going with the child.
Yes, for sure.
So,
anyone who's going to be there has to have a ticket.
yeah.
Okay. So for a number of years, I feel like we've been trying to figure out how best to present capital improvement projects to the public, give people good information, and all of that kind of ties into an initiative to make sure that all of our projects are, kind of properly tied to goals and budget initiatives. And so that's why Stephen's here to talk about our new capital improvement site and kind of how we got there.
Yeah, this is something we're really excited about. It feels like it's been a long time coming. You can go on the website. It's www.auburnalabama.org/CIP. We wanted to create a tool that promoted the current major projects, but also to celebrate all the accomplishments of the collaborative efforts amongst all the great city departments here. So if you go on the website, there's a landing page where you can kind of get an overview of all the current major projects. And if you click on a project, you can get such information as project description, the budget, who the contractor is, current statuses, updated photos, and anticipated completion dates.
Just in case anybody missed it, capital improvement project, what is that?
So it's any major project that we undertake with the city. So it would be like, the new soccer complex addition or Will Beekner Parkway, which is going to be from Highway 14 to Richland Road.
Sounds good. So if you take your kid to, what's the pottery renovations we're doing? Studio renovations?
The Jan Dempsey?
Is that on there?
It is on there, yes.
So if you normally go to Jan Dempsey and you're wondering why it's closed suddenly, even though we put out a bunch of information about it, you can go to the website and see why and when and for how long.
And we're going to try to start including some news articles that the city puts out. So we did link the news article talking about when we expect it to reopen.
How can you get to that site again?
It is www.auburnalabama.org/CIP. Charlie India Papa.
Okay, sounds great. So we're going to wrap up this week with another opportunity to get one of our very excellent Auburn Public Library hoodies and t-shirts too, but we all know we're going for the hoodies. So the Auburn Public Library is challenging everyone to spring into reading with the Birds and Blooms Learning Challenge. You need to read at least 1,000 minutes from March 1st through April 30th. There are no age restrictions, so you can sign up at the Beanstack Reading Tracking app. We've mentioned this a few times. Every time we have one of these challenges, we'll include links to this information in the show notes. If you register and complete the challenge, you'll receive your choice of either a t-shirt or a hoodie while supplies last, so go ahead and knock it out as quickly as you can. Register at auburnpl.beanstack.org or download the Beanstack Tracker app on any smartphone or tablet. You do not need a library card to participate. If you have any questions or need any help, you can feel free to stop by the Auburn Public Library or go to the website. We'll, again, have some information in the show notes. Anybody have anything else?
I am signing up for that challenge, and I'm going to get a hoodie this time.
I was thinking the same thing. I did a challenge recently, and they were out of hoodies, but they've reordered. Oh, gosh. So I really want a hoodie.
And they do new ones every year, I believe. Don't they have the years on them?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I saw that they got new ones in recently, and I think they say 2023. So if you got one last year, do it again and get a new year.
Yep.
Sounds great. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We will be back next week. Thanks for listening to Four Things to Know, an open line podcast produced by the City of Auburn. If you're looking for more news, events, and dates to know about coming up in Auburn, visit news.auburnalabama.org. You can also check out our show notes for the links and URLs discussed in this episode.